Welcome back. This is the Parents Tao Te Ching, and I'm going to read from this beautiful new interpretation by William Martin. This is Ancient Advice for Modern Parents, and I have been using this book for some time now. The one I'm going to read today says, Finding Balance. There are so many paradoxes in parenting that it is difficult to find balance. Some don't even try. They just plunge ahead, ignoring the subtle whispers of wisdom. Others try half-heartedly, but resort to old methods when they get confused. But some hear wisdom's quiet voice and make it their own. They find strength in softness, power in flexibility, perfection in mistakes, success in failure, clarity in confusion, and love in letting go. And love in letting go. So William Martin says, parenting paradoxes abound. Don't let appearances deceive you. Things may not be at all as they seem. What's going on with your children right now? Are you sure? Or are you just making assumptions? But in the most difficult of times are polished gems. Orders, stay balanced. I love it when the Tao Te Ching keeps talking about this elusive balance that we are all looking to find in our lives. It's a balance that just eludes us all the time. And there are so many parenting paradoxes that we go through, isn't it? Because we are always doing a balancing act between preparing meals and sending them off to school, finding time that they rest enough, between discipline and between letting go, between how much leisure time to allow them and how quickly we need to get them back to their books, how much to let them sleep and when to wake them up, how to herd them back into the mainstream when they've just withdrawn themselves, how to pick them up and how to help them pick their pieces up when something very disappointing has happened, and also to gently tell them how they need to work on themselves in certain areas. It is always this balancing game that we're trying to play. And a lot of people, like he says, don't even hear the whispers of this inner wisdom coming to them, this quiet voice, this intuitive voice of the subconscious talking to those parents and telling them what exactly to do with their children. Because it takes a lot of courage and tuning in to do this. It takes a lot of quieting down and meditating on solutions. And like he says, and like the Tao says, that those parents who are able to do it nicely are the ones who find strength in softness, power in flexibility, perfection in mistakes and success and failure, clarity in confusion, and love in letting go. And there's so many beautiful stories I can recall about letting go. One I read about how a parent lets go of a child who's just learning to balance on a bicycle without training wheels. And it's that tentative letting go. And the same letting go is involved when you get the tickets to another city where the child is going to begin school, high school or college education, and to watch them leave the country, settle down and battle their challenges. All these letting goes are not easy. Or when they start off with a new job, you're trying to make sure that you're telling them how this job is going to be, how tough the challenges are going to be, how unforgiving the real world can be. Now, this is a narrative that is very familiar to all of us and we keep using it, but William reminds us that parenting paradoxes abound. We want this and yet we want the best for our children. We want to protect them and we want to let them face the music. We want them to take challenges and we want them to bear the consequences of anything outrageously daring that they attempt. This confusion is what we need to let go, because it's their lives. They're going to shape it. They're going to make it in their own way. And their experiences, their learnings are going to be unique. Their paths are going to be very different from the ones we have tread all our lives. So just trying to give them examples from our past, our uncles and aunts and parents and our grandparents' past, is futile. Their experiences of life are fresh, they're different, and they are going to be extremely interesting because the world is evolving. The journeys they are undertaking are very different in a different set of circumstances. The way the whole technology is galloping in the world and the nature of jobs is changing, their perception of the world, their relationships, their very definition of self-identity and genders is being modified. The digital money coming in for actual hard currency, so much is transforming. And in these turbulent waters, the Tao keeps advising, stay balanced. And like William says, buried in the most difficult of times are polished gems. So every time you see them struggle, you see them fall flat on their faces and bruise their knees and scrape their elbows, just understand that these are little sandpaper polishing that they need, little shining of the gem that is hidden in them. The chiseling of their edges is very important, and life is here to do that for them. And you and I, we keep going back to Tao Te Ching for more advice. I'll be back with more, plenty. Till then, just enjoy watching your children blossom and grow.